Alright, what's going on, y'all? Today I'm gonna show you how to make beats for Nate SIB. It's gonna be in the style of Tonight, his newest song, or Famous. And shout out this guy for reminding me to make a video on Nate SIB. Let's get straight into it. So I did want to preface this by saying I did use a loop for this. I could have made my own melody, but I thought the beat was so good I just had to put out a video even though I did use a loop. But yeah, man, I'll still break down the loop, show y'all what I did to it, because I did end up kind of flipping it, adding my own stuff, and yeah, man. So the loop here is from Sohi, and yeah, he just sent over this. I'll show you what it sounded like originally. So yeah, man, here's the original loop. So something like cool and glitchy. Then I kind of slightly flipped it. There was the stems at the end of the loop, so I used all those. And yeah, for this first sound, what I did is I ended up chopping it up and like repeating certain parts I thought sounded best. So I'll show you what that sounds like. And then for whatever this sound is, I kind of just did the thing where I like fade it in every like 2 bars. So it sounds like this. And then on this, I added some like filter freak, which is in the plugin effect rack, and kind of like glitched it and made it, sound a little bit more unique. So that sounds like this. And I'll go more over what I did to each melody at the end of the video, like the mixing. So y'all make sure to keep watching for that. But then just in terms of arrangement, I just did some like random chops. And just like cut stuff out. Like right here, I like faded everything out. And I just brought the drums in for a second. Nothing too complicated, but let me play the rest of the stems too, because there's a few more. So that's just like some cool chopped up synths, more synths. That synth right there. There's this bass, but I cut out the EQ, or I used an EQ to cut out the low end. So it's still there to filling up the melody, but it's not clashing with the bass at all, with the 808 I used, I mean. That's what it sounds like with the effects on it. Here's what it sounds like with no effects. And then this other sound, kind of like a cool synth thing in the background. Then this lead pattern. And then kind of like this pad sound. Like I said, I'll break down the effects more, but I'm have that automated to play here on this part of the melody. And yeah, man. Alright, so before I move on to the drums, I do want to remind y'all that Zia and I just dropped our Isolate Serum Bank. So this is the skin for that kit, and then there's 100 serum presets and one-shots, along with 50 loops in there, so make sure y'all check that out. First link in the description. Alright, and then after that, I moved on to the drums. These are like the most crucial part of the beat to make it sound like a Nate SIB type beat. And of course, Kim G does all these drums. Or he produced most Nate SIB and like 2 House type of songs that have beats that sound like this. So yeah, this is his style for sure. First thing is an 808. I'd say this is the closest I found to like the famous 808 and the like Nate SIB 808 that Kim G uses. So here's what it sounds like. And then here's what it sounds like in the pattern I made up. So I was just following the bass line from Sohi's loop, and yeah, just did this, like some chops. Specifically something I noticed is he leaves space in between. So you cut the 808 with the envelope to make it, a square, and then leave space in between, and that's gonna make the 808 sound a lot more unique and more like in the Nate SIB 808. They don't always like touch each other in the piano roll, if that makes sense. Next, a clap. This, I believe, is nearly the identical clap from Tonight by Nate SIB. So here's what this sounds like. So yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Just a simple clap pattern. Then a 1-step hi-hat pattern. And then with these drums, I'm using all like iconic drums, just because they work best for these beats. This is the hi-hat I used, and then I just cut it, the out knob, and then for the pattern, I copied it down an octave, and then turned the velocities down and randomized them to give that like lower octave a different feeling. Then there's the snare pattern I have here at the end, just kind of like a random perk type of thing. Then this open hat, and then it's like in it there's like 2 open hats or something. It's kind of weird. But then I have a second thing here, kind of unique. And yeah, that's all the drums. The only other thing I did for drums was using this different 808. So for one section of the beat, I use this different sound that sounds like this. And yeah, that's all the drums. So I'll play what they sound like all together. So yeah, man, and that's basically the whole beat. In terms of arrangement, I did a few things with the loop. So I cut it out for this drop part, and I have it come back in like slowly with this layer, and then this layer fades in. It's doing this little fade in thing every time, but then this layer drops after that. Then to make the melody sound more unique, I'm adding Filter Freak, which is like a VST that kind of as it sounds, like it filters the melody. And this is the preset I'm using, step down sweep, on one of the melodies. I used it twice, and another one is whatever this says. And yeah, I'm using that. Just some automation. So on this sound, I just added this preset right here, and that's just always on. And then on this sound, I automated to come on during certain parts of the beat. I noticed like on Tonight by SIB, it's on like Kim J was doing that, like some really cool filters on the melodies, and then just like some random chopping I did right here, like just doing cool stuff like that. Chop the 808 or chop the bass line to line up with the 808 right here, and then it just took it out after. And then for this part, I just dropped all the drums out, or I dropped all the melodies out and just let the drums like do their own thing. So yeah, man, then a bridge, and then back to the chorus, verse, and then yeah. So that's the whole beat. By the way, I'm gonna play this song. My boy hopped on the song, so I'll play you a little snippet of that, or hopped on the beat, just randomly. But I thought I'd share that with y'all, and just show these beats are like placement worthy for sure. Just gotta be unique. Don't even gotta do too much. It was only like 5 drum sounds here. Another 808 sound, but yeah, man, just a cool melody, cool drums. Definitely something SIB could hop on. And like I said, my boy hopped on it. If y'all want to get any of my kits, I just dropped Isolates here on Bank with Ziad. And yeah, man, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.
This life shit not easy, but I'm always finna ball hard. She wanna fuck with a rock star, out her body sippin' walk hard. Yeah, I know you see me on the TV. Look at Trillin', he an all-star. Every once and now I'm living. Baby, know you wanna run.